We're on the telephone with James Holman of the Battalion Search and Rescue. James, tell me exactly what Battalion Search and Rescue does.
Hey, Anthony. So the Battalion Search and Rescue has been around for about 4 years, and we are a all-volunteer humanitarian search and rescue organization. We're a nonprofit. I've been doing this search and rescue work for about 6 years, 4 years as the battalion in Arizona and now New Mexico.
Now, it's no secret that human remains are being discovered en masse there along the southern border. As a matter of fact, last year there were nearly 100 sets of remains found in New Mexico. We're working towards 100 this year. How many sets of remains have you found in the southern New Mexico desert this year so far?
I believe it's 18 we've located in southern New Mexico in the last 12 months.
You know, it hasn't been that long ago where between 8 and 10 per year were found. So 18 is still astonishing and disturbing.
Yeah, and you have to keep in mind that we are a tiny handful of volunteers, and we go out, once or twice a month. And for us to find that number, that is a really sobering statistic. So what I'm trying to say here is the amount of unrecovered, undiscovered remains is huge. Many estimate the number to be at least 5 times the current discovered and reported.
The Dona County Sheriff recently stated that she investigates everything you report, but then in the next breath, she states that she does not go to the ones reported by coordinates. What say you?
Well, gosh, it's really troubling. I've been doing this work for years in Arizona. We've gotten really good at it, and we take it really seriously. We provide probably more information than anyone that the sheriff is dealing with. We complete reports with our contact information, descriptions of the site, accurate GPS coordinates, descriptions of the location. We take really good overhead photographs with forensic rulers. We flag the sites with high-vis tape. Our goal is to have these sites processed and recovered thoroughly and completely.
And yet, she openly admits to not going. Do you experience similar responses with your work in Arizona?
Well, sadly, yeah, it's been really challenging over there as well. I'll say this, the different sheriff's departments all are different. And we've had some incredible positive experiences with dispatchers from Hudspeth County in Texas and Pima County in Arizona, but this has not been positive. We're doing really difficult work. We're volunteers. We're spending our dime and our time. We want to see whoever we find treated professionally and respectfully. A really shocking statistic, Anthony, I have to tell you, that we've noticed is over 100 women have been found, remains of over 100 in this area west of El Paso, in a very small area, 5 miles high, 10 miles long. This is more than anywhere along the entire border. The majority of the remains found in this area are women. We don't know where they're from.
We could debate illegal border crossings until we're blue in the face. I think most of us have done so. But when you find a person, dead or alive, those arguments have got to be paused. I agree with you. You're there to rescue the living and locate the dead, and then report all of this to the authorities. And it's sad to me that you're not getting a proper response.
Amen to that. I couldn't agree more. Yeah, we don't check passports, when we encounter someone that's, knocking on death's door. We do whatever it takes, and that includes contacting the authorities to make sure that person lives to see another day. I will say that that's very rare. When we having live encounters is quite rare. The majority of the time, we are finding people deceased, and I've probably witnessed over 200 in 6 years. That's incredible for someone that just goes out once or twice a month in our backyard. Anthony, I'm a Marine Corps veteran. I'm not a combat veteran. I served here in the U.S. I've never seen anything like it. My volunteers have never seen anything like it. I walk with Jesuit priests, Episcopal priests, shelter volunteers, retirees. I have other veterans like myself, and we're not trained. We're making it up as we go. We're figuring it out, and we welcome and look for cooperation and collaboration from anybody, especially our government agencies.
If someone is interested in helping, either monetarily or volunteering manpower, what's the best way for someone to get a hold of the Battalion Search and Rescue?
Thank you very much for that. It's really kind. We have a website and all that social media stuff, and folks can go to battalionSAR.com. Learn a little bit more about us. I apologize if it's not up to date. We spend our time in the desert. In the last year, we have walked almost 500 miles. We have found 40 sites between Arizona and New Mexico. Our size of our groups range between 2 and 12. These are small teams. Our discoveries represent more than 10% of the entire recovered remains in both Arizona and New Mexico in the last year. And again, that's insane for a handful of volunteers.
So before we let you go, do you have anything to add in closing?
Yeah, I do have something to say. This situation in New Mexico is shocking. And what's really most incredible to me is that the majority of our volunteers over here in New Mexico are women, like Abby, my partner, and she is leading women in the desert and finding women more than anywhere we've seen. And, they deserve dignity and they deserve some peace. We just do our little part to provide that.
And the families deserve the closure.
No matter where they're from, their families, their loved ones, and their communities, I'll give you one more. As a veteran, I see us going overseas and bringing home, the remains of our fallen, and other countries are cooperative. We put flags on them, we salute them, we honor them, and we are not providing that to our neighbors. We are not providing that courtesy and that respect.
James Holman from the Battalion Search and Rescue. James, thank you so much for spending some time with us. We hope to hear from you soon. And before I let you go, let me mention, I want to thank you for your service to our country.
Very good, sir. Thank you, and thank you for your time. I really appreciate you.